Good morning, my wonderful students. I am here once again to welcome you back to online teaching. My name is Mrs. Omidiji, and I'll be teaching you civic education. The topic for today's teaching, which is a week one topic, is national consciousness and identity. I repeat that, national consciousness and identity. From the national consciousness and identity, we have to know one thing sure, that at the end of this lesson, you, the students, should be able to define what national consciousness means and define what identity means and define what national identity means. What is consciousness? What is consciousness? Consciousness is when a citizen is aware of his environment, what is happening. You can't just be living somewhere without noticing what is going on. So the ability to sense what is going on using your mental power can be referred to as consciousness. And it is important to know what nation means. Nation is a large group of people that lives together in the same area, in the same place. They might not necessarily have the same culture or the same customs, but they must definitely have the same, or they must definitely have similar culture or similar custom. That takes us to national consciousness itself. If you are to merge consciousness with nation together, then you'll be able to derive something worthwhile from national consciousness. National consciousness is when an individual is aware or have the understanding of what is happening around him or her in the nation, in the country. You cannot just be living somewhere without knowing what is going on. You must be aware of what is going on. So you must be aware of what is going on. And it is very, very important for us to be aware, because one will just be like, I don't really know what is going on in this country. And they will ask you, as a citizen, you are supposed to be aware of everything going on around you. National identity, it is also important. It is important a subtopic in this teaching. We have talked about nation, whereby it is a large group of people that lives together with similar culture and similar customs. But national identity has to do with when an individual belongs to somewhere and is claiming that I am from here. There is oneness in that. It belongs to a group of people. And when this happens, there is always unity among them. You know, when we're talking about national identity, when you are having belongingness to some group of people, whereby you can say, I hailed from here, I hailed from this country, I am from this country. What are the example of countries that we can claim that we are from, such as Nigeria? You can say, I am a Nigerian, I am from Nigeria. My country is Nigeria. I belong there, and my people, we share the same custom, we share the same culture, the way the food we eat, the clothes we wear, and so on and so forth. And this unites them as one. It did unite them as one. National identity, it is highly important. It is highly important because there are some things that unite the country together, that you can call national. And in the course of the subsequent lessons, we will get to know what are these national identity we are talking about. But for the main purpose of today's lesson, it is important for us to note at the back of our mind that identity has to do with belonging to a group of people that you can lay claim onto. I came or I hailed from this place. Before we come to an end of this lesson, I want us to have a recap of what has been taught before now. I told you that the topic is national consciousness and identity, and we looked at what consciousness is. Consciousness is the awareness of the citizen, of his environment, what is happening there, what is going on there. You cannot be a novice as a citizen. Your senses must be alert. You must be at alert at any point in time to know the breaking news, to hear them, and to be able to filter between fake news and the original news, the real news. Because a lot of things is happening. Even for the fact that you know that a news is fake, it is still consciousness. And we have talked about nation. Nation is a large group of people whereby you have or you share similar traditions and similar culture. You live in the same place, the same area, the same map of the country, and you share similar culture and similar traditions. And we talked about national consciousness. That is, you're not only being aware of your environment, but you are being aware of what is happening in your country, in your nation. If I should ask you, where are you from? I know some of you will tell me you are from Nigeria, that you're a Nigerian. Some of you will tell me the name of the state that you are from in a country. As even far as your own local government, you can still say it. All these are national consciousness. Anything going on in your country, such as election, such as the COVID-19 that is going on presently, some are not aware of it. But it is important as a citizen to be aware of whatever that is going on around you. And the next one is national identity. National identity, like I said, it has to do with being, when you belong to a group of people, you are the same. You unite together, you do things together, people see you as one, you have the same or similar language, you have the same belief, your food, your laws, your customs, your dressing, your mode of behavior, and so on and so forth. They are the same. This is what is called national identity. At times, when some people get into marriage, you hear them saying that, where I come from, we don't do things like this. My people, this is the way we do things. That is identity. That can be referred to as national identity. By God's grace, in our next class, we'll be looking into the types of the examples of identity, the national identity we're talking about, one after the other. We have come to the end of the lecture. Now let me now evaluate you. What is national consciousness? Number two, what is national identity? Your note has been uploaded to the school website. Download it and do the assignment. By God's grace, we'll see in the next class. Stay safe and God bless.